What is going on, everybody? Bobby Fi back with my man Eric Sheets-Haber. We are going to be talking about how you can play poker online and where I've been playing poker online, which is America's Card Room. We're going to talk about how you can get money on and off easily, so it's not so intimidating. I know it's tough for some new people, but want to just go through it real quick. So we're going to have Sheets and I run it through it for you. He's going to ask me questions. I'm going to show him how we do it. You can see I've got my Coinbase account up here. Well, actually, I haven't got my screen pulled up yet, but I will. I'll show you my America's Card Room and everything.
Yeah, pull up your ACR thing. There's a regular cashier on there, right? So why don't you pull up the the cashier part?
Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the cashier, go to my account. Unfortunately, my poor weekend is going to be reflected in my account.
Who cares? So click on deposit. Let's see the different methods that you can have.
So we've got a very basic, thing here. The simple answer is you can't deposit enough on credit cards, so otherwise we would use them. Also, the fees are significantly too high. So we're going to talk mostly about Bitcoin, but is there anything else you want to know about, like the player-to-player transfer? If you know somebody already, you want to send them money somewhere else, that's fine. It's really easy. It works. It happens right away. That's one way to go, but it's going to be regularly, if you're playing, you're going to want to have a Bitcoin wallet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and I see that a lot. To some people that I know for a long time, they say, "Oh, can you transfer money? Can you take some money offline for me?" And I'm like, "Why do you need to? Why don't you just take off by a Bitcoin?" And they say, "Well, I don't even know how to do that." I'm like, "Well, how'd you get it on in the first place?" And they said, "Well, someone just transferred." I'm like, "So if you do it like right, and you get your own deposit account, and you get used to depositing and withdrawing yourself, it's just better off than just relying on the player-to-player transfer." And as Bobby was saying, it's important to know how to use Bitcoin in this day and age anyway. You know what I mean? So depositing with Bitcoin, the big advantage is, number one, it's easy, and number two, there are like almost no fees, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, great. So deposit.
They're small fees, but they're not huge.
So for example, so click on the Bitcoin thing. So let's say we were depositing. So when you put in the amount that you want, okay, so you're putting it not in Bitcoin for now, you're putting it in USD, right? Mm-hmm. So what it's saying there is get address. So click on that. So what that is giving you then is a Bitcoin address, right? So like a Bitcoin address, for those who don't know, that's where you would actually send your Bitcoin from your Bitcoin account. They give you a unique Bitcoin address for which you have to send it, because every kind of deposit is different. So when you are going to send your Bitcoin money, you're going to copy and paste this, what they call address, into your Bitcoin account. Now you'll see that they actually converted, right, the USD to Bitcoin, because that the price of Bitcoin fluctuates a little bit. So what you need to send in is that pretty much that amount of Bitcoin, right? The 0.26.
Yeah.
So when you do that, right? So this is what we're looking for. So we're looking for, this is the address we're going to tell Bitcoin to send it to. That's the amount. So now when you're pulling up, I guess, in this Coinbase account, this is where your Bitcoin is. Like whether you bought your Bitcoin either from Coinbase or whether someone transferred it, you have it in your wallet, which is what he's clicking on right now. So it says how much you have in your wallet. So show me how much you have in your wallet there, 0.19. So if you had enough, right, to deposit how much you wanted, all you would do is hit send, for example, just hit send. You're not going to do it, but hit send. And then you would enter that BTC address that we had from America's Card Room in there, right? And then you would just hit send, but you don't have enough in there to make it work, right?
And to extrapolate on this, like we said we were sending 250, but we only want to send 150 because we don't have enough in the account yet. We can send 150.
So can you do that? In other words, so it's not like America's Card Room is looking for a particular amount. They'll they'll take whatever you send them, basically.
Nope. And in the interest, I actually did do the deposit just to make sure it went through. You get a code. It comes right through on your phone. Occasionally, you'll get 3 codes at a time. It's always the most recent one, the bottom one. So I'm going to enter my code. They change all the time. So it is 0313328. And
oh, beautiful.
That easy, and all of a sudden you're ready to go. Now,
yeah, the only thing that can become a little bit difficult, right? If you didn't have the money in your Bitcoin account already, you'd have to either buy some or get some. And we could probably post like a really easy link to how to do that, right?
There's right here. I've got it called up, how to buy Bitcoin, right here.
Okay.
Everything you need to know. It's a 2-minute video. Beautiful. And on top of it, we'll give you, I'll give you a real quick run through of what I do. If I want to get if I want some Bitcoin, which I'm gonna probably buy some more anyway at some point, I can go right here and enter let's say enter 15. You have usually a 3,000 limit to start on your Visa. I usually go straight from my bank and wait a few days. But I'm gonna actually do it from my bank this time because I don't know if I want to go that much yet.
Well, let me ask you. Let's say you're about to play, right? And you want to put money in your Bitcoin account and transfer it over, and you want to put 1,000 in or whatever it is. Like, which is the best way even to buy Bitcoin that'll let you just immediately transfer it to someone else? Like, does some of them have different waiting periods, or some of them let you do it like directly?
They basically all have. So basically, you can do it directly through the Visa card, but it's usually a limit.
Oh, okay. So if you wanted to buy it with a Visa card, then you could transfer right away. But if you did it right, the longer way through the bank, it would take. That's important to know. So if you really wanted to get money on the right away, you would want to buy your Bitcoin through that Visa card way, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see the fee there. It's a little over 1%, but it's that's if you're going to buy directly through that way.
Okay.
There we go. And I'm actually going to do that. So I have some more on my ACR account. Obviously, I just made another one. But you can see, like, let's see, it probably is too early for it to come through to the cashier yet.
Okay.
But I did another one.
How long does it usually take? Just a couple of minutes usually?
It's usually a few minutes. Occasionally, if they say pending, it can take like 20 minutes to a half hour. Very rarely, but like occasionally. And occasionally you'll see up here, you can go to pending and view transaction. Now, if there's anything about it that they want from you, it'll give you an option to click on it. It'll just ask for a driver's license or something like that, a picture of that, a picture of the card maybe. But they're not asking me because I've done it enough. It's kind of strange that it hasn't gone through yet, but it's pretty rare. It'll go through. It's just going to take we'll guess a few more minutes. This one because it's pending, by the way, but in reality, this one you see we bought and it came through right away. That was
I'll add something that was kind of a concern to me when I first did it. Just for those of you that are going to do this for the first time, like one time it took like maybe a couple of minutes, and I was wondering what the problem was, and I emailed ACR, and they got back to me pretty quickly, and they said something I didn't know what it meant. They said, well, every deposit requires 3 confirmations. And for me, I had no idea what they were talking about. I'm like, what do you mean by 3 confirmations? All that is just kind of like Bitcoin speak, like the way that Bitcoin kind of routes through the world. Like they have these confirmation things that just, all that means is that it just takes a couple of minutes for it to be verified. That's pretty much it. That just confused me the first time. But trust me, I'm very Bitcoin illiterate, and it really was very easy to learn for the first time. And once you have this stuff down, like the Bitcoin transactions are just, I can't believe I would do it any other way, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah, it's the way to go, and it's been really easy. And on side note, it's been, they're in the middle of these mining, the halves of the mining. It's an interesting time anyway for Bitcoin. They've gone up, since the beginning of this pandemic. I think from 3,800 to now 90 whatever hundred. So having some money in there, it can be volatile. So I wouldn't suggest you necessarily do it for the long term unless you do believe in it. But I do think that using it as an in between your bank and America's Card Room is fast, it's easy, it's efficient. Maybe it'll take 20 minutes to half hour where it used to be automatic. Usually it's automatic, but it'll be really, really easy for you. And if there's any other questions, you can always just message me on Twitter. It is up on the channel if you want to. We're happy to answer anything and help walk you through anything. You guys are our people, and we appreciate you. And this is what I've been doing to try and make money so far. So it's actually been a pretty.
I got one other question. If you deposit, and then if you deposit, and then let's say that you win, like there used to be like on PokerStars, you had to play through like the amount of your deposit or something before you could take it out. I mean, I guess the withdrawal rules are just kind of whatever. So I was just wondering if you knew if it was
what was
anything specific about that. So like, let's say you deposited, say like 1,000, and then you enter like a 20-hour tournament, you cash for like 20,000 or something. Can you take off or send off as much as subject to their limits, or do they make you play through the amount of your deposit? Or does that not even make sense? I don't
know actually about that, because it would never have occurred to me not to play through the amount of my deposit, but I'm
right.
sure
Okay,
I can't imagine that they would, but that's an interesting question. One other thing about the site that is cool is when you are in tournaments and you're cashing for something, it'll immediately credit your account with those winnings.
Oh, that's DGen Central. That's the best. In case you want to enter something else, and you don't want to wait till you bust this one, they immediately let you put your money back to work. I mean, they're awesome like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful, guys. Let us know. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will have more stuff for you shortly. It might even be Korean baseball time. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I keep teasing it, but now I'm actually thinking I'm going to get into it because it's time to get going. Anyway, guys, Sheets, anything else before we get out of here?
Nope. Stop recording, and then I'll talk to you.
All right, guys. Good luck out there and stay safe.
Okay. So 2 things. First of all.